Okay, here's a look at another old masterpiece figure. This is Blaster by KFC. This is their metallic version. So here's just a quick look at the figure, and you could see that it's done in the old masterpiece style where it has all this extra sculpted in detail. It's not very tune accurate, so it kind of has that stylized representation of Blaster. So let's take a closer look, and you could see all the nicely sculpted detail. Not very tune accurate, but done really nice. I mean, proportions here you could see is really off. The buttons here are a little short. The waist is really thin, a really broad chest. Here, I know some people were complaining about the forearms as a result of these panels that fold around to transform. But you could see this, for its time, was really nice. I mean, look at how they focused even on the details on the back. Really nice. I like these fake painted hydraulics for the knee. Really nice. You get some nice ratchets for the joints here. Yeah, this is really nice, and it has a nice paint finish, the metallic paint finish. And let me just show you, for its time, this went really well with the Takata Masterpiece version of Blaster. And just looking at these two, I think these two guys still look really good together, just because it's done in that old Masterpiece style. So you have all this extra detail. This one's kind of like a fusion between the toy and cartoon. So you could see that's why it has all this extra sculpted detail. The play, the buttons have the arrows and stuff. Yeah, really nice. So even though this is an old masterpiece figure, this still looks really nice. But with that said, I will point out some of the negatives of this, and that's, the quality of the plastic that they use. It's a little hard to explain, but this is kind of like the Mick Fans Toys version. I mean, it's the best way I could describe it. It's like taking a piece of aluminum foil and then folding it and folding it and folding it. I mean, it will still bend, but a little stress, you can tear it. And as a result, I'm not sure where it was, but the plastic ended up breaking as a result of the hinge just getting really tight over time. And so I had to apply a little bit of some force to kind of bend the hinge. And because of the type of plastic that they used, it ended up tearing and breaking in some area. I think it's somewhere down here. Yeah, you could see right there. Yeah, and the hinge, this hinge tightened up. So as I was trying to rotate it, it kind of got stuck, and then it tore and broke. But in all fairness, that's just a consequence of old figures that age. Because even the original G1 toys, which was obviously better plastic than this, also can harden and break over time. But anyways, I just wanted to point that out. And I'm going to say that if they want to use, and well, the way they designed it also, this is a very panel-y design. I mean, you could see the forearms and the legs. I mean, there's a lot of panels, and as a result, there's a lot of pins in this, which is not really a bad thing if you know what you're doing and you know how to transform the figure. But I'll just quickly say that if they're going to use a lot of panels, they should use a little bit of thicker, better plastic. Like here we have deformation space. So here's just a quick comparison between the two. You could see the newer version obviously is more tune accurate. So there's the aesthetic differences. But this one still looks nice. And The other comparison, let me just bring it out, is Fans Toys, which obviously this one is definitely more tune accurate, has kind of like the better paint finish, which is consistent with the other Masterpiece figures. So that's why this one is staying in robot mode to go with my Masterpiece collection. And he is going to be transformed to alt mode and go with my old Masterpiece collection. So here's just a quick look at all three. And this is not a comparison or versus video. I don't really like that term versus, because you're really just comparing the differences between these figures. Because all of these I think are good, and you know, they just have their differences, and whichever one you like, it's based on your personal preference. So with that said, you know, after seeing some of the reviews just to know what other people had to say, I don't really agree with someone's, you know, asserting their opinion as facts when clearly, such as saying that, you know, this is, you know, just doesn't look good because the proportions are kind of off, but that's not correct. I do think it does look kind of dopey, if you will, but that's because this is very tune accurate. And in terms of, you know, this personal style and preference, I think that's just based on that reviewer's personal opinion, which, you know, he does seem to like all this extra detail, which is not tune accurate. And you know, I actually like and appreciate both. It's just my preference is more the tune. And something he said that I disagree with, which is he was also saying the paint here is better than here. Well, not necessarily true, because over time you could see that this paint, and even some other reviewers had the same issue where this paint was peeling off. So I can't really say I agree that this paint finish is better than this, because this one, the paint's all peeling. Even here you could see not so good. They do have a non-metallic version, so you don't have that paint issue. But anyways, I'm just trying to, you know, share my thoughts and opinions of this figure too, trying to be as objective as possible. And I know some other reviewers also commenting on these fingers, which, you know, some people like them, some people don't. And I'm one of those that actually, I think these are kind of cool, because these are very articulable fingers, you could see, but it does, you know, the kind of break up the sculpt of the fingers a little bit. And I actually never had issues with these joints, digits falling off like X-Transbot. So KFC, I think, did a really nice job on these hands. And I think that's why they made a lot of these hands for your other Masterpiece figures. So it depends on you whether you like this or not, because I know some other reviewer doesn't like it, because it is a little finicky. Like right there, you saw this pinky kind of flipped around 180. But yeah, just a lot of differences. I'm not going to go on and on with all of the details, because if you know me, I can just go on and point out every single little difference here, because I am very detailed like that. But the main thing is that this is an older Masterpiece figure, and I'm just acknowledging that for its time, this was really great. But because it's now an older figure, and now with the new trending design of the tune aesthetics, this is now going to go in alt mode, and Fans Toys is going to be stay in robot mode for my Masterpiece collection. And that's because, like I said, the paint here is more consistent with the other Masterpiece figures. This one, I don't really have a complaint. It's just this paint, even though it does look nice, it just matches with all the other ones, because the other figures have that nice same paint finish. But yeah, I can point out a lot of the differences between these two. This is not a comparison, but one thing I just wanted to point out. With design, like I said, you could design things so many ways. Like I gave the example, my first design project in school, redesigning 100 different salt and pepper shakers, just proving the point that you can design things so many different ways. And with the transformers, a perfect example is look at how many star streams were made. They were designed better. So with that said, I want to say, his leg doesn't really lift up unless you bring this leg down, mistransform him, and then you could lift this leg up. So that's just one little nitpicky issue that I have, because you could see the way Fans Toys designed it. You don't have to do that. You could just lift the leg up. So yeah, I can go on and on. And then also the way they chose to use black, which you've heard me say many times on my other reviews. I don't like the black color, especially when that's not tune accurate. Doesn't really show up too well here, but you could see I'm very happy that Fans Toys did not make these black. They did make this a dark gray. So this is more tune accurate. But one of the disappointments with Fans Toys is that they didn't give you that gray window for the cassette piece, which is tune accurate. They do have the a third party upgrade for this. But then I decided not to get it because in order to swap it out, you need to unscrew this and take out that pin and put in the new piece. So I think I'm just going to have to keep it this way. So yeah, that's just in short the differences between the two. But back to the KFC. And again, I just want to take my time and just point things out, because this actually is a nice figure, and this is actually the last time I'm going to see this guy in robot mode. So you could see articulation here, friction joint for the shoulder joints, friction for the bicep. You do get the friction for the elbow, friction for the hands, really nice articulated fingers, friction waist swivel. And no ab crunch because this is an older Masterpiece figure. But look you do get this soft ratchet going up and down, out friction for the side. You do get a nice ratchet for the knee. And yeah, these feet, I don't think were designed too well. I don't know if you could see it, but there's a pin. So pin designs for the feet are not very good. But you could see you do get an ankle rocker from it, and it can go up a little bit up and down. So it's just the articulation. This is, and I do like the nice metallic paint finish. Unfortunately, it peels off. But yeah, other than that, this is really a nice figure. And just go over real quick accessories. You do get this alternate toy head, which I guess it's cool for those people who like it, but I don't like this because I am more about the tune accuracy, and I didn't point that out, but his head, you can articulate these antennas, which I guess is a nice little accent there. And then you do get these speakers from that episode, which was kind of cool. But just pointing out just differences, you could see here's deformation space. And I didn't bring out the Fans Toys, but the Fans Toys has that nice paint finish. So it has that nice chrome plated finish. Really nice. And then this just didn't make sense to me. I don't know why they gave you two guns, because he only has one gun. And then I don't know where I put the little rewind figure that came with it, the black version. I do have all 4 cassettes, but I put it in a different collection. I just don't remember where I put it. But that's everything you get with this figure. So in short, this is a really nice figure. It was great for its time, but now he's a old Masterpiece figure that is going to be transformed to alt mode and stay in my old Masterpiece collection in alt mode. So now let's go ahead, transform this guy into alt mode and take a look at that. Okay, here's a look at KFC's Masterpiece version of Blaster, done in the old Masterpiece representation. This is their metallic version. So first, let's just compare this with the animation model where it's obviously not going to be very cartoon accurate. But I just wanted to point out that for the old Masterpiece style, you could see how it has all this nice extra sculpted detail. And I just wanted to point out some things because they did actually do a nice job sculpting in all this extra details. Even here, they kind of like split the button in half, which is kind of different. But yeah, one thing I wanted to point out, you could see it's not overly detailed, and the way they handled the detail, they kept it very uniform. So here they just kind of kept it in the triangle shape or the circle shape. They didn't just go all over the place. And for me at the time, I actually was liking the metallic version. So you could see the metallic version actually looks really nice. But, unfortunately, there is wear and tear, especially when transforming it. This metallic paint on the tabs that have to go in and out, the paint is going to peel off. I think that was a known issue when this figure came out. But you could see this looks really nice. And this is now going to go in my old Masterpiece collection in alt mode. And since I still have them here, I have to carefully bring out Perceptor because these two guys seem to always appear together, especially in the movie. So here you can get a good look of what these two old Masterpiece figures look like together. I think this looks really, really cool. But I just thought I'd also show you a comparison. So let me see if I can get these both in camera. So here you can see this is a Deformation Spaces version of Blaster, which is obviously done in the more toon aesthetics that's trending today. And yeah, this one's, I don't know what to say. This is just, I guess, your preference because both of these look okay. Although the transformation on the Deformation Space is, I think, is definitely better than this heavy panel forming version by KFC, which has issues with potential breakage because of the type of plastic and stuff. But anyways, I just thought I'd try to show you a quick representation. Just oh, and the reason why I'm not having this to go with my old Masterpiece collection, let me just see if I could show this real quick, because he doesn't seem to match very well with the X-Transbot's Perceptor. And I'm specifically talking about the nice paint here. This has that nice metallic blue paint. This one does not have any paint on it at all. So again, these two guys together, they look really, really good. So yeah, in short, that's the main reason why I am keeping this guy in alt mode to go with my old Masterpiece collection. And let me see if I can zoom up here. And the reason why Fans Toys version of Blaster is staying in robot mode, because this one is obviously very toon accurate, with the exception of this window piece of the cassette holder not having that gray detail paint added to it. But yeah, it's okay. So that's it. Here's my old Masterpiece collection in alt mode, and here's my new toon trending aesthetics Blaster in robot mode.
All right, let me try something.
Blaster, no music plays. We're in the middle of...
Try Blaster's music.
I know. It's frying my brain transistors too.